After you've stopped the generator set because there's no voltage, remove the cover. You'll see there are power leads, red, white, and black. I've loosened the screws for clarity. Go ahead and remove these screws. Remove these leads. We want to check the winding of the capacitor winding of E1 and E4. That's these two wires here. And it's measuring 1.9 ohms, which is within tolerance. Now you want to measure the windings, the main windings, T1 to T2, which should be it should be 0.3 ohms minimum. Then measuring T3 to T4, 0.3 minimum. Let me bring that up so you can see the meter. Be 0.2 to 0.3. 0.3 is adequate. I'm going to check continuity of the diode. I put the lead on the positive and lead on the axle or the rotor, and you'll see there's continuity, and that means the suppressor and diode are good. In some cases, it may be required to unsolder the positive lead on the diode to correctly check the diode for continuity. To check the capacitor, you'll need a meter that has the capacitance scale. So you turn that down to 200. Make sure your lead is in the capacitor socket. Polarity is not important. And check it, and it shows 24.9. So this is a good capacitor. This is the pancake regulator generator, which means it has an automatic voltage regulator. There are 3 adjustments on here. One's for voltage adjust, stability adjust, and under frequency roll off. Now the voltage adjust is set right now at about 1 o'clock. It's a single turn pot, counterclockwise, and turn it back up to about 1 o'clock, and that should be nominal voltage. Stability adjust, you want to run it at about, so if you run it counterclockwise, it should be back again about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Stability adjust means that the generator will recover when a load is applied to it, but if you have it too sensitive, then your voltage will start to hunt. So you want it at least over 1, 2 o'clock position. The under frequency adjust right now is set at 58 hertz. That means if the engine starts dropping below 58 hertz, which is 30 RPM per hertz, which would be 60 RPM, the voltage will start to drop off with the frequency. You can adjust it, but we leave it set at 58, and that's about the 11 o'clock position. Should work for most applications. And we'll go to the inside of the regulator now for troubleshooting. The connection box lid is removed. The regulator is here. Be sure and check all the connections first. Obviously with the generator stopped, make sure the jumper for 60 cycle is set on correctly on 60. Make sure that 3 and 4 are connected, along with F plus and F minus. And there's also a fuse to check here. Check continuity of the fuse as such. There's continuity. Now we're going to check the insulation or the resistance of the coils. I'm going to move my meter to 200. I'm going to check line to neutral. And you should measure about 0.3 on line to neutral on each side. And line to line should be 0.6. Now I'm going to remove F plus and F minus and check the resistance of the exciter stator. It should measure 23.7 ohms, and it does.